I don't know if you can see
the changes that have come over me.
These last few days I've been afraid that I might drift away.
So I'm telling old stories, singing songs.
It made me think about where I came from.
It's the reason why I seem so far away today.
Let me tell you that I love you, and I think about you all the time.
Oh, Caledonia, you're calling me. Now I'm going home. Now I'm going home.
Scotland Today Sport, sponsored by Setanta Sports, broadcast of the Clydesdale Bank Premier League and all of Scotland's World Cup away qualifiers.
Welcome back. Here's Raman, all about the Cup, Raman, yeah?
You bet, John. A couple of interesting ties, and what an explosive start to the new year it will be for Hibs and Hearts fans. The two clubs who meet in the SPL on January the 3rd will do battle again just a week later after they were paired in today's fourth round draw of the homecoming Scottish Cup holders. Rangers have an away tie at St Johnstone, while Celtic welcome Dundee. Andy Chambers has more.
It's the oldest cup competition in the world, and today's homecoming Scottish Cup draw brought together one of the country's oldest rivalries, meaning 7 days after Hibs travelled to Tynecastle in the league on the 3rd of January, the two sides will face each other again, this time at Easter Road. And the man who drew the sides together just happens to be Hearts' former manager.
Hibs against Hearts promises to be a cracking game, local derby. Hearts are going very well at the moment. Hibs have had a couple of decent results of late. To catch the old firm, it's very difficult, but all credit to them. Winning 5 games in SPL in the trot is tremendous, but they know that it's a long season.
The Hearts players have received their wages today, 3 days late, but certainly earned on this weekend's evidence. 2 goals from set pieces in 2 first-half minutes, first from Marius Zaliukas, then Laria Kingston, gave Hearts a 2-goal lead over Rangers. And despite an own goal from Christos Karapidis and Lee Wallace's second-half sending off, Hearts recorded a well-deserved 5th win on the spin. Hibs, meanwhile, fought out a 1-1 draw at Falkirk. Once again, question marks over Hibs' goalkeeping, as Yves Makalambe's indecisiveness allowed Darren Barr to open the scoring. But Colin Nish came on as a substitute and nodded in a late equaliser for a share of the points. Whilst Hibs versus Hearts is certainly the tie that grabs the eye, today's draw also threw up some other intriguing encounters. Rangers face a tricky trip to Perth to play St Johnstone in a repeat of last year's semi-final, whilst Queen of the South will have to overcome SPL side Falkirk if they hope to repeat last season's fairy tale run to the final.
I had a great, wonderful experience last year, going right through to the final, and even in the final, we had Rangers rocking for 20 minutes after half-time, so I think Queen of the South will be really, really up for it.
Elsewhere, Celtic are at home to Dundee, and the potential of another derby clash, with Kilmarnock awaiting the winners of either junior side Lochee United or Ayr.
Lochee will now be looking at if they can beat Ayr. They've got an SPL team in the next round, and I'm sure Ayr United will be looking at it. If they get through, it'll be a local derby. So, the two teams will have their own aspirations to get through to the next round, and we'll wait and see what happens and then just take it for there.
Andy Chambers, STV News.
OK, let's give you some other football news tonight. And Rangers manager Walter Smith says there is nothing serious in Alan McGregor's knee problem. The keeper has been troubled with a build-up of fluid on the same knee, which required surgery in the summer. But Smith insists the medical staff are not overly concerned. The Ibrox boss was speaking after Rangers lost further ground to Celtic in the SPL title race.
A goal from Sean Maloney against Inverness made it 12 wins in a row for Celtic in the SPL. However, a more crucial statistic is a 7-point lead established over Rangers following the weekend's fixtures. Hamilton Accies moved off the